Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. We're finally here. Start of the MLB season, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for MLB season content every single day for the rest of the season. Turn on those notification bells, guys. A lot of good promos today. If you guys aren't signed up with Underdog, they got a Bobby Witt nice free pick leg. Throw him in your lineups today with Underdog in the description below, guys. So take advantage of that. Also on FanDuel, if you're not signed up with FanDuel, they have a no sweat bet or parlay for MLB. So really good boost today, guys. Definitely go take advantage in the description below. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Huge slate, 14 games. One thing I will say, guys, the data not going to be great to start off because we got no data. That's how it is in any sport. So really, you got to give it about a week, especially with baseball. Give it about a week, really, with any sport, so that we can actually get hard data on all these teams and everything. So all the stats are just going to be off from last year, and that's all we can base it off of. So let's just keep that in mind. That's literally all we can do. First matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -140. The Brewers plus 120 with the over-under at 7.5. Brewers coming into this, obviously both teams 0-0. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta. And then pitching for the Yankees is Carlos Rodon. And obviously their ERAs are 0. It's a new season. No need to go over past season ERAs. Obviously both these pitchers been pretty good. Going off their last 3 games, Peralta, his last 3 starts, his last start, he pitched 4, 5, and 5, gave up 3, 2, and 1 runs, so 6 runs total. Rodon, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. He gave up, both pitchers have given up 6 runs in their last 3 matchups. Peralta doesn't have any head-to-head stats against the Yankees, which is a little weird, but Rodon, his last 3 starts against Milwaukee, his most recent one was last year, where he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. So had a very good run with them last time. And obviously Yankees losing Juan Soto. I mean, they had lost a bunch of guys. So I think Juan Soto is definitely going to hurt the Yankees because he was a very big hitter for them last season. The Brewers 4-2 on the road against the Yankees. Finished the season 5-2 on the road. Yankees just 2-4 at home against the Brewers. The over has hit in the Yankees 6 of their last 7 against Milwaukee here. I don't know. I think I'm just a little worried about the Yankees. Brewers kind of have about the same lineup here. Nothing too crazy. A little worried about what we're going to get from the Yankees. I think I'm going to take the Brewers plus 1.5 on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up. Actually, it looks like it's a pick'em scenario. Both teams -110 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for Baltimore is Zach Eflin. And then pitching for Toronto is Jose Barrios. Eflin. Let's see. His last 3 starts against Toronto were last season. He gave up 3, 2, and 4 runs. He was pitching about 6 innings. Barrios, his last 3 starts, he had 2 starts last season against, let's see, he had 2 starts last season against Baltimore, and he pitched pretty well, pitched 6, 7 innings, gave up 2 runs in both his matchups last season, so pitched pretty well here. Both pitchers pitched pretty well against each other. Baltimore 5-1 on the road. They were just 1-4 on the road against Toronto. Toronto had a rough year. They finished the season pretty bad. 1-8 in their last 9. They finished 1-5 at home. The overs hit in 6 of their last 8 against Baltimore. Baltimore had a really good year. Had those tough losses to Kansas City to end the season, but a really good year from Baltimore. Toronto, I don't know. Am I sold on Toronto? That's really the question. What kind of Toronto are we going to get? They still got some great, elite hitters with Vladdy. I like Baltimore here in a pick'em game. it's a pretty good pitching matchup. And yeah, I'm going to take Orioles money line on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Boston Red Sox versus the Texas Rangers. Actually, Boston opening up as road favorites at -120. The Rangers plus 100 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for Boston is Garrett Crochet with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Rangers is Nathan Eovaldi. And obviously, all the pitchers have an ERA of 0. Crochet, his last 2 starts last season against the Rangers, pitched pretty well. Only gave up 2 total runs. Pitched 4 innings. Pitched 1 inning, or pitched half an inning in his last start, which not sure what happened with that. Eovaldi, he pitched 1 time against Boston last year. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Overall, though, Garrett Crochet coming off 2 0-run games, had very good starts on the mound. Eovaldi, he's coming off a 0-run game as well. You got Boston. They've been good against the Rangers, 14-6 against the Rangers. The overs hit in 5 of their last 5 on the road against the Rangers. The overs hit in the Rangers 7 of their last 8 against Boston here. Boston's been good against them. Pretty good pitching matchup. Both pitchers had some good starts to close the year off. I don't know. Rangers, dogs at home. I don't know. I'm intrigued with the Rangers here. Dogs right now. Yeah, I'm liking the Rangers here, and I'll take a shot with the Rangers plus 1.5 at home today. Next matchup, we got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Washington Nationals. Phillies opening up as road favorites at -150. Washington plus 130 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler. And then pitching for the Nationals is Mackenzie Gore. Wheeler, his last 3 starts, only gave up 4 runs in his last 3 starts on the mound. One of them was against Washington. So against Washington, the last time he played them, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 11 strikeouts. His last 3 starts against them last season only gave up 5 total runs. So very good games from Wheeler. Gore, last time he played Philly, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Then I had a game where he gave up 5 and then 2. Pretty good pitching matchup, I would say. Gore finished the season strong. Only gave up 1 run in his last 3 starts. Philly 7-3 against Washington, where they've been really good. The Nationals, I don't know. The Nationals, are they going to be much of a threat this season? Probably not. I feel like listen, it's a new season. We don't know. I just feel like it could be another safe bet to just keep betting against the Nationals, which was pretty cash last season. The overs hit in Philadelphia's 10 of their last 15 on the road against Washington. Yeah, I think I got to take the Phillies on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the San Diego Padres. Braves opening up as road favorites at -130. The Padres plus 110 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Braves is Chris Sale. And then pitching for the Padres is Michael King. Sale, his last 3 starts, has only given up 3 runs. Obviously, he was really great last season. King, his last start, he gave up 5 runs. Closed the season out. But, let's see. Michael King's, he pitched once against the Braves last year. Pitched 7 innings. Gave up 0 runs. Had 12 strikeouts. Sale, his last 2 starts last season against the Padres, only gave up 1 run here. So really good pitching from Sale. Obviously, we know he's been pretty elite. Atlanta, though, 3-7 against the Padres. The unders hit in 8 of their last 11 on the road against the Padres. The Padres 7-1 at home. I'm not sure because it doesn't say. I don't know if Acuna Jr. is back from his knee surgery. So not sure if he's in the lineup yet. And Atlanta, we saw them. Obviously, they lost the last 2 games to close the season out. And I like the Padres. Dogs at home here. Pretty good pitching matchup, I think. And I like the Padres plus 1.5 at home today. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Kansas City Royals. Royals opening up as home favorites at -135. Cleveland plus 115 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Guardians is Tanner Beebe with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Royals is Cole Ragans. BB. His last 3 starts, he gave up 2 runs in each of his last 3 starts. Reagans finished the season strong. He only gave up 1 run in his last 3 starts. Let's see, BB. He pitched his last 3 against Kansas City last season. Against Kansas City last season, he gave up 1, 5, and 2 runs, pitching about 6 innings. Reagans, he pitched twice against the Guardians last season, gave up 6 total runs and pitching about 4 innings. Cleveland, 5-11 against the Royals, 3-8 on the road against the Royals. They really struggled against the Royals. Royals finished the season 0-8 at home, which is not what you want to do. The unders hit in 8 of their last 9. Yeah, Cleveland just not very good against the Royals here. And I don't know, pretty good pitching matchup. I think I like the Royals here. Guardians really struggled against them last season. Obviously, we're going to see what these teams look like. I think I'm going to take the Royals at home today. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Chicago White Sox. Angels opening up as road favorites at -155. The White Sox +130 with the over-under at 7.5. Angels coming into this matchup. Pitching for the Angels is Yusei Kikuchi. Pitching for the White Sox is Sean Burke. Kikuchi, his last 3 starts, he gave up 4 total runs. He was pitching about 6-7 innings. Finished the season pretty strong. I mean, he had a pretty decent year. Only gave up 1 run in his last 2. Pretty good on the strikeouts. Burke, his last 3 starts, not bad. Gave up 3 total runs here. I mean, listen, it's the White Sox. We know how historically bad the White Sox were last season. Surprisingly enough, they finished the season pretty strong. They came off a couple Detroit wins, beat LA, but historically bad season for the White Sox. And obviously LA, they were very bad. Finished the season 1-9 in their last 10. Not that great against the White Sox. 2-6 against the White Sox. 1-4 on the road against the White Sox. White Sox finished the season 5-0 at home, which is pretty crazy with how bad they were. The unders hit in White Sox 5 of their last 5 against the Angels. Listen, the Angels didn't finish the season very strong, not very positive. I think they did make some improvements. They did make the team better. White Sox, I don't think they did, to be honest. And listen, I got to see it to believe it. I got to take the Angels on the road today. Next matchup, we've got the New York Mets versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at -130. The Mets +110 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Mets is Clay Holmes. Then pitching for the Astros is Framber Valdez. Holmes hasn't played in a long time. His last starts were in 2018 here. So also be aware of pitching changes if that does get announced. But yeah, Holmes hasn't played in a long time, or at least not in the majors. His last 2 starts were in 2018, where he gave up 2 runs and then 7 runs that year. Valdez coming off back-to-back 3-run games, nothing too crazy. Struggled against the Mets the last game he played. He gave up 6 runs the only time he played them last season. So, I don't know. The Mets 2-11 against Houston, 1-10 on the road against Houston. They really struggled against the Astros here. The overs hit in Houston's 5 of their last 6 against the Mets. Yeah, I'm just worried about I'm definitely worried about the pitching. Obviously, made some improvements this year, bringing in Juan Soto definitely helps the offense out for sure. But I don't love the pitching here on the road. They cannot win on the road against the Astros. I'll take Houston at home today. Next matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Miami Marlins. Pittsburgh opening up as road favorites at -155. The Marlins +130 with the over-under at 6.5. Pitching for the Pirates is Paul Skeens. Pitching for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara. Skeens, just an amazing year he had. It was unbelievable how dominant he was on the mound his first season. Closed the season on back-to-back 0-run games. Sandy, not the greatest. He actually didn't pitch last year. I think he was hurt last season. So his 2023 year wasn't that great. I mean, he was getting lit up. Gave up 10 runs in his last 3. And Paul Skeens pretty dominant. And his last 3 against, let's see, Paul Skeens played the Marlins once last season. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 9 strikeouts. Pitt 4-1 on the road against Miami, 8-0 against Miami, where they've been dominant. The question last year, like, man, now they got Paul Skeens, they really need to build around him, and they got to get some guys in there. And did they achieve that this year? I don't know. We'll see. They've got decent guys with McCutchen, Tommy Pham, Frazier, Reynolds. They got some guys, but we'll see, because his pitching was so elite. It was just sad to see them lose a lot of games because didn't have the offense to back it up. But I just don't really trust the Marlins here. 1-4 at home against Pittsburgh, just like last year. Just don't bet against Paul Skeens. It was pretty profitable. I'll take the Pirates on the road today. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus Cincinnati Reds. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at -110 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Giants is Logan Webb with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Reds is Hunter Green. Webb, his last 3 starts, gave up 6 total runs. He is coming off a 0-run game against Arizona to close the season out. Hunter Green, very good season. Only gave up 2 runs in his last 3 starts, coming off a 0-run game. Webb, his last time he played since it was last season, 1 time, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Green played them once last season, pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 11 strikeouts. The Giants 4-1 against Cincinnati. They're 5-1 on the road. Cincinnati finished the season 7-3 at home. The unders hit in 8 of their last 11 against San Francisco. I don't know. Looking at this team for the Giants, I don't know. Am I super in love with it? With their rotation, not really. The Reds lineup, I don't know. Obviously, they got De La Cruz. They got some guys, but nothing crazy. But I don't know. It's just a weird game. I don't love the line. A pick'em game. Hunter Green, really good last season. I think I'm going to take the Reds money line at home today in a pick'em. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Twins versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Minnesota opening up as road favorites at -120. The Cardinals +100 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Twins is Pablo Lopez with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Cardinals is Sonny Gray. Lopez, his last 3 starts, he gave up 11 total runs in his last 3 starts. Had that bad game against Boston in September. Gray, his last 3 starts, he gave up 6 total runs. Lopez pitched 1 time against St. Louis last year. He pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Gray pitched once last season against them, pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. They lost 6-0 in that game. Minnesota, yeah, not the best year for Minnesota. Finished the season pretty bad, just 2-8 on the road, 1-7 in their last 8. St. Louis, yeah, I don't know. St. Louis, not much to say about St. Louis. I do like the way Minnesota, they had a rough end of the year, but they had a really good season. They played pretty well. They got a very fun lineup. Yeah, I'm just not sure I love the Cardinals here, and love the pitching. I think Lopez is a better pitcher than Gray. So I'm going to take the Twins on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Tigers versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -160. Detroit +130 with the over-under at 6.5. Pitching for Detroit is Tariq Skubal. Then pitching for the Dodgers is Blake Snell. Skubal, his last 3 starts. He gave up 5 runs in his last game to end the season, but closed his 2 games prior didn't allow a run. Snell, big addition for the Dodgers. We know how stacked the Dodgers are. They just keep getting stacked somehow with infinite money. Snell, he's coming off back-to-back 0-run games. Skubal played the Dodgers once last season. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Snell, yeah, hasn't played Detroit since 2019. So, been a long time for him. And Dodgers are 2-0 right now. They had the 2 games in Japan or wherever they were. So, they are actually already 2-0 to start the season. So, already very good. We know how freaking good this team is. Detroit 5-10 on the road against the Dodgers. Dodgers 5-1 at home. 10-5 at home against Detroit. I mean, I don't think Detroit really did much. They pretty much have the same team, but on the other end, for the Dodgers, really have the same team. I mean, nothing crazy. They did add some pitchers, obviously, but they pretty much got the same rotation, which is obviously elite with Ohtani, Freddie Freeman. You got Mookie Betts. Fernandez was really good last season. Obviously, Muncy. Teoscar, who was pretty good. I mean, the lineup's stacked. We know how good the lineup is, but the pitching, they had a good pitching. Blake Snell, very good addition here. So it's just hard for me to bet against the Dodgers, bet against the champs. I got to take the Dodgers at home today. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks opening up as home favorites at -130. The Cubs +110 with the over-under at 8.5. Cubs are 0-2 to start the season. We got ERA action. Justin Steele. He is 0-1. He's got an ERA of 11.25 for the Cubs. Pitching for the Diamondbacks is Zach Gallen. Yeah, Justin Steele in his opener against the Dodgers pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Not a really great start for Steele there, but I mean, it's against the Dodgers. What can you do there? Gallen, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run. Had 11 strikeouts. Justin Steele against his last game against Arizona last season, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Gallen, his last 3, he's only given up 1 run, but notably last season, he played them once. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 4 strikeouts here. Cubs 5-12 against Arizona. Arizona, pretty fun team last year. Had a lot better year. They were fun to bet on. Yeah, Steele, not good to open up the season. He struggled against the D-backs last time he played them. I'll take the D-backs at home today. In the last matchup, we got the Oakland Athletics versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at -170. Oakland +145 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for Oakland is Luis Severino with an ERA of 0. Pitching for Seattle is Logan Gilbert. Severino, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. He played 1 time against Seattle last season. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 8 strikeouts. Gilbert, his last start, he played them 3 times last season. His last start against Oakland, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts, then had a 4 and 2 run game prior. But Oakland 0-5 against Seattle. 2-6 on the road. The overs hit in 6 of their last 7 against Seattle. Seattle 4-1 at home. I like Seattle. They were fun last season. They ended the season on a 3-game winning streak against Oakland. Listen, I don't think Oakland got any better really. I think it's the year you got to bet against the A's. They just didn't really do anything to improve their club, I think. And Seattle, they got some guys there, obviously, with Crawford. They got some hitters. Randy Arozarena was a very good pickup, too. Kyle Riley, good. I mean, they got some dudes, obviously, Julio Rodriguez. Listen, Seattle's got a team. They got a fun team here. And I just don't love the A's. Give me the Mariners at home today. That's going to be it for the video, guys. Good luck with all your picks and parlays today, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Have a good one.